Okay, Abhi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you, sir?
All good, thank you. So, we are going to have this discussion about your selective school placement test. And idea
Yes.
behind this test, this discussion is to understand how felt about this test and every component of this test, reading, writing, mathematics, thinking skill. And I'm having
Mhm.
this discussion with all of my students who appeared for this test. And once I have data, what happened? Why are you moving so much?
I'm just talking to my brother.
Okay, can you excuse you for 15 minutes if it's not urgent? Otherwise, we can have this meeting tomorrow or some other time.
No, no, it's all good. Just needed to tell him something.
Okay, is it okay to continue now?
Yeah.
But looks like you're moving so much, jumping left and right.
Yeah,
Okay.
I have my phone here, and I don't have any place to put it. But wait,
Do you want some time to find a proper place to have
hello.
this?
Is this okay?
Yeah, that's okay. That's perfectly fine. Thank you. So I'm having this discussion with all of my students to understand their performance. And once I
Mhm.
have data from everyone, I can suggest them better way to opt for their school list. So starting with reading, if you like, it has been few days, I understand, but it's still like as the test was so important for you, you probably remember how you performed in that test. Out of 30 questions, what do you think? Like how many questions might be correct there?
Mhm. So, reading, the starting with the passage, that is a bit hard because we have to read two extracts
Mm-hmm.
that were both different. We have to find similarities and differences.
Mm-hmm.
So it took a bit of time to do the first three, four questions.
So you mean to say time was not enough for you?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm making notes,
Uh,
right?
mhm. So the
And for your
poetry
information,
was
I'm recording this call and I may put this call on my YouTube channel so that, other students can also check. And those who are preparing for next year, they can take input from this, our discussion, and it may help them. Okay. So time was not enough, but out of 30 questions, how many questions you think you performed well?
I I think I did around 20 questions well. Like the last five were a bit doubtful because I was in a hurry,
Mm-hmm.
and five of them like I was a bit like confused, like a bit doubtful on what could be the answer.
Okay. But what do you think from vocabulary point of view and the complexity point of view? Paragraphs or poem were okay, or
Yeah,
there was any
yeah,
vocabulary
they
which
were,
you couldn't understand?
no, like looking at the context, I could understand what the word meant. We didn't really have to know the meaning.
Okay, okay. So like it was easy for you to understand the meaning, the concept, what they're talking about. Only thing is like, but why you think like out of 30 you could not answer these 10 questions? What was the reason behind that?
Um, like there were few like one or two answers to the question, and I was doubtful on which one would be the correct answer.
Okay, so it was not easy to identify the correct answer properly, and
Yeah.
there are multiple options which, you know, these options looks quite similar. Oh, okay. And what about poem? Like that was easy or question
Yeah,
related to poem?
it was around the mid level because I'm a bit like I have more experience in poems,
Hmm.
so
So poem was
I thought
easy.
it was
Hmm.
I thought it wasn't that hard. It was like
It
around
was
the
not that
middle.
hard. Okay. And have you read the about that poem before your exam? Any idea if anywhere during your preparation, any passage or any poem? Okay. So
No.
this was completely new.
Yeah, the poem was like the topic was completely
Oh,
new.
okay. Okay. So if we take 20 correct and 10 we are doubtful, right?
Yeah.
I think that's a quite good score, I'll say. So we will, we will wrap up quickly and let's move to the next test. That was maths reasoning. I know you
Yeah.
performed very well during my classes, so I'm very interested to know about how you felt about this exam, this particular test.
Yeah. So maths was very easy. It was the easiest test between all of them. Maths, I'm pretty sure I would get 33, 34, or 35. Because I'm pretty sure I was doubtful with two questions.
Hmm.
One included a clock, and I didn't know how to rotate it
Hmm.
because it wasn't like properly stated.
Hmm.
And there's the last question that was a bit after that.
Sorry, you're moving again. You're moving a lot. Okay. You can put your mobile and sit, you know, comfortably. That's fine. You don't need to hold it. Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah. Now you sit comfortably. So what was the last question you said? You are not comfortable with the last question in math section?
Yeah. I'm not sure what question it was, but then no, sorry, it was the second last question.
Hmm.
And I was a bit doubtful with it, but I don't remember what it was on.
Was it related to sum of first 200 numbers, something like that?
What to tell? I've forgotten.
So in mathematics section, if we divide entire maths in three categories: core maths, algebra, and data handling in geometry, what do you think which section was like contributed most number of questions there?
Most were you should we can remove a time. There were barely any on time.
Mm-hmm.
I would say algebra related
Mm-hmm.
and finding the number
Mm-hmm.
was a very common topic.
Core mathematics, you mean to say? And anything related to geometry, area, volume.
Area and volume, there were two, three questions, I'm pretty sure,
Okay.
but I'm pretty sure there weren't those many.
So, so comparing the level of questions and the level of questions in actual exam and level of questions in other institutes where you prepared and the online tests you subscribed, what do you think, what was the difference, like your online test papers where you prepared with the
Scholarly,
scholarly? Okay, so the
scholarly,
questions from there
scholarly
was.
papers were
Mm-hmm.
scholarly papers were a bit more advanced.
Mm-hmm.
They said it was supposed to be higher level than selective level,
Mm-hmm.
but there's no point of doing it that hard because it didn't come that
It
hard.
didn't come. It didn't help. Actually, you can spend that much time on other like English reading, writing if you focus on a specific level, right? Okay. And I think you. What about another institute you prepared with, or that was the only thing?
Alpha one. I think I did
Alpha one.
Alpha one
Okay.
for a
And
holiday course.
okay.
And in that there were 6 days in which we did tests for all of them, and then we went through them.
Hmm.
It wasn't that helpful, but they gave us worksheets that had um like exam preparation tips, like if you don't know the question, skip it.
Hmm.
Always use the Oreo technique in reading.
Hmm.
How you read the before and after sentence.
Okay. Okay.
So
Good.
like those types of tips were there. I have 4 or 5 worksheets.
Okay. Good. Good. And so what do you think having core fundamental, strong fundamental will be helpful, was helpful for this test or not?
Yeah, because if I wouldn't have had like a broader knowledge on the topics and how hard it could get,
Mm.
then I might not have been confident, so I wouldn't have done that good in the
Okay,
test.
good. So having solid fundamentals was helpful. And what do you think, like the way I was teaching, these kind of fundamentals was helpful, or we should do something different?
In yes, like the base, like you made us understand the like the fundamentals, the base things that you need to learn, and they were very helpful. Your techniques were very helpful.
Okay, starting from next year, I'm going to work on my portal, and I will upload a lot of practice questions there. So probably with classes and these practice tests, it will become more helpful for students. Thank you so much for your feedback. Let's move to the thinking skill. So third part was thinking skill.
Yeah, thinking skills was hard for me.
Hard. Okay. So out of 40 questions, if you got opportunity to evaluate, how many questions you think that mm, you can get correct there?
25 to 30.
35 to 30. So let us say on an average 32.
25 to 30.
25 to 30. So let us say average of 28, right? 25 to 30 out of 40, and I'm taking average of 28 out of 40. Okay. And what went wrong? Because if we consider this, you missed around 12 questions there.
Yeah.
So what went wrong? Why, like you couldn't prepare properly for
I mean,
these?
the end, like I had to guess 10 questions because I was running out of time. I
Mhm.
took a bit too long in questions.
Okay. So time
So,
was not
um,
enough. One of
yeah,
the factor.
yeah, it was basically just 1 minute per question, and I don't think that was enough.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, that's right. And about the complexity and about the preparation, like you were preparing with few institutes here and test papers, did they help you for this kind of preparation?
Yeah, they've like told us to use like the how to like so we are in the strengthening and weakening paragraphs. You should highlight the conclusion and the reason
Hmm.
that you know what like what the purpose of the paragraph is.
Okay. So what do you think, like given an opportunity, how you prepare differently so that you can attempt 40 out of 40 next time?
So I would say practice more test papers, practice more questions so that
Okay.
we could improve our timing, do
Hmm.
them quicker, and
And any
probably
particular
next
source
year.
of practice papers you want to suggest?
I would say um, the previous year's selective tests. I
Previous
think
years.
like yeah, so
So
that like you
so
get
you
an
didn't
understanding
prepare
of
with previous year practice test for this attempt?
no,
So you didn't prepare previous year. Okay. So
not for things.
okay, previous year practice test. See, whatever we are discussing and we are making notes, this is going to be very helpful for students in next year, and that's how we help each other. Our discussion will help next year students, and then we will have discussion with next with students who will appear next year, and then it will be a collective pool, and we all learn from each other. That's great. And for writing section, what do you think? How your writing went? Like how you performed there?
I think the writing was pretty easy overall
Mhm.
because it was just a news article
Mhm.
on animals
Mhm.
that have gone on the loose.
Mhm.
So I would say it was pretty easy. Just it's hard to like put it in an article structure.
Okay, yeah. So most important thing I want to understand is what all the points you covered in your writing.
So I covered um what the problem could be in the
Okay.
article, like why, like, it's an addition to the article, like, why were the animals on the loose?
Okay, so why this happened, right?
And what were the outcomes? Like, what did it do to the public?
Okay, impact on public, and how you organized your introduction part there.
Mhm.
How you organized your introduction part there and the conclusion.
So, I just started off with how the animals were on the loose and
Mm-hmm.
where they were going.
Okay. And any incident you highlighted during your paragraph?
I stated that a mysterious person
Mm-hmm.
came and gave a poisonous thing to all the animals
Oh, okay.
that that made them go angry. It wouldn't kill them, but
Mm-hmm.
it would make them very angry, outrageous,
Mm-hmm.
and
Okay. And what about conclusion? Like anything you mentioned in conclusion, how to avoid this kind of incident in future or something?
no, I did like so I did why they did it and what could happen next.
Okay. Okay, good. That's great. And how about the length of your writing? What do you think? Like you covered one page, two page, or
1 3/4, I'd say.
1 3/4, right? Okay. 1 plus 3/4 page. That's awesome. So compare this writing is how many marks are assigned to writing section?
25%.
25. So out of 25, what do you think, like how much you
I
expect?
would I would say at minimum
Hmm.
17 and like 17 to 23.
17 to 20. So let us say 17 to 23 out of 25 you're saying. So let us say average 20 out of 25. So now I have expected score from your side in reading, maths, thinking, and writing. And the last part is I want to get the list of students which, list of selective schools which you have opted for in the same order, like the first priority, second priority, and third priority.
So right now we've picked Bolcom Hills,
Okay.
Almonhurst Boys,
Mm-hmm.
and Parramatta.
Norman and parameter. See, I like one thing about your choices that you have selected good school, best school, and the parameter high school also, because we need to consider about all the outcomes. If we got the best rank, that's fine. If we got the lowest rank, that's also fine. We should get some
Yeah,
good school. I really like
yeah,
the way
like best,
you have selected it, right?
yeah,
So
like best case and worst case.
worst case, that's awesome. You covered both. Oh, super. So, Abhi, thank you so much for your time. I'll go through the details. As you know, I recorded this, like whatever we discussed, and I'll go through the details. And once I have data from all of my students, then I'll be in a better situation to suggest if we need to make any change in selective school list. It's totally optional. It will be totally your choice. I will just suggest, not any recommendation, or I'm not going to say that you have to change. No, it's all your choice. So once again, thank you so much for joining, and I probably next week, Saturday or Sunday, we can have another quick catch up, 5-10 minutes, and probably that will be helpful. Thank you, Abhi. Have a good day.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.